Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the stream. Different plan today. I'm gonna be starting things off with checking out the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, which I've actually been following the last couple of, is it months now? Weeks? I didn't really talk about it on stream, but just kind of following it. I think it's interesting. I don't really have super strong opinions on it to begin with, but you learn a lot about how these things work. I kind of wanted to be watching it now anyway, and the verdict is in like 3 minutes, so might as well watch it on stream. Sylvanas versus Arthas, who's gonna win? Let me know if you want some help understanding. I graduated from law school in 2010. Yeah, sure. We can all talk about it together. All right.
I'm on any of them, and the same with Amber Heard. So
can you guys let me know how the volume is? I need to not be too loud compared to.
Okay, that's good to know. And
you need to be able to hear me, but not to the point where I'm deafening compared to the other people talking.
Once they're let back in the jury room, they'll later be dismissed. But we expect the legal teams for both sides will come out and give some remarks. Other players in this as well.
Volume is good.
Unclear whether anyone will hear anything from Amber Heard immediately after this. And by
yeah,
the way,
I didn't 100% lock in yet what I was going to be doing today.
With the rest of us. An interesting question.
Relatively equal volume. All right, good.
On Facebook. Has the judge
so The Immortal,
The
Immortal actually comes out tomorrow. But I saw some people playing it already because of the way that iOS rolls out the games. Kind of earlier in some countries because of the way time zones works. If Arthas doesn't win versus Sylvanas on Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day, this will be a gross miscarriage of justice. Mobile today, PC tomorrow. Yo, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it, Nihilik. Arthas betrayed the mercenaries. I think he's totally guilty. Right, but metaphor still, or?
All right, are we ready for the jury?
Yes, Your
I think it's an interesting...
All right. Just for everybody in the gallery, reminder...
it's been interesting to follow for many reasons. And not because I'm turning to politics, but... It's interesting also because I have flipped sides what I believed many times based on first rumors, reports. Yo, thanks for the raid. Aussie Drongo, how did that Outback Octagon go? It's been interesting because I switched my opinion many times based on what I hear. I'm pretty easy to influence sometimes. But as you get more knowledgeable, you kind of understand where some of the things are coming from. But let's check it out. Outbound Octagon was epic. Nice. Yes, you're easy to influence. Yes, I am, Apu. Hi, Lidicor. Did Core win again? Arthas versus Sylvanas prediction? Yeah, let's do a prediction. Sylvanas versus Arthas prediction verdict. Sylvanas wins.
If I could have the attorney's approach for a moment.
Sylvanas wins. She did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. No wrong, okay? Arthas wins. Purge it. Alright. 2 minutes. There we go. Who do you think won? I think Arthas will win. No, I couldn't let Core win. Good, Puppy Paw. Good. I don't see Johnny. Where is he? Yeah, I don't see him too. Did it get... Okay, it's still playing. I think Arthas is going to win. Mostly because... So, Whoa.
All right, again, you're looking live in...
Whoa. I think it has been established... I think it has been established that Depp is not an angel. And he has a lot of vices and so on. But what I liked is that every time he was presented with something very embarrassing and humiliating, he owned up to it and said, yes, that happened. I said that. I did that. Even illegal stuff and even unglamorous stuff. But no matter how small of an accusation was laid at Amber Heard's feet, she denied it. counterattacked. She would deny herself. She would claim 3 different things that all contradict each other in the same sitting or in different sittings, which makes me feel like she's a pathological liar. And I've known a few people like her in my life, which is why it's easier to recognize them. She lies a lot. She cares a lot about public image. I mean, I'm not a clinical whatever, but it seems like she's has narcissistic personality disorder, and sadly, I know some of those people, and you need to stay the heck away from them.
Well, just as we were telling you, this could wrap up in just about 10 minutes by 3:10, 3:15.
I think she will lose.
Not so fast. There was a little sidebar going on with the attorneys in the front. Apparently, the jurors didn't fill out the damages section. The judge now sending them back to complete this
Johnny's
special
in the
verdict
UK,
form, literally
coming?
like a worksheet.
Right,
that they
yeah,
need
he
to
was
fill
performing
out.
and stuff.
They didn't put in the damages. Linda, what do you make of that?
Well, Stacey, it means somebody won this case, that somebody won their defamation claims, right? Now, the fact that they didn't fill out the compensatory damages award, I think may bode well for Johnny Depp. The judge said it has to be at least $1. Usually you see if somebody wins, you have to fill out an award. Either that or somehow they both won, which I don't think is likely. But he was the one that didn't ask for damages, if you recall. He said, I'm not seeking damages. She asked for, I think it was $350,000 damages.
Only 350.
So it sounds like someone won. It could be Johnny Depp because the jury may have telegraphed it by not
if she
filling
wins
out an award for
$350,000,
damages. But under the law, at least has to be $1.
She can get 2 good items in Diablo Immortal.
Figured out we're not awarding damages, so we're going to leave it blank.
That's right. That's what it could sound like.
Now, in the very unlikely event that they just forgot to do that
You'll
section
see
and they actually did intend for some kind of damages, we had
If
a
she wins
question
350, I'm gonna
viewers
flip.
earlier, which is what
It's not
happens
gonna
if there's a verdict
affect me in that way,
against
because
Amber Heard
most of
and
us
there's
already
a
know
judgment awarded
that
for Johnny
she's
Depp,
a
and
really
Amber
big
Heard
liar.
doesn't have that money, whether it's $50 million, whether it's $20 million, whether it's $10 million.
That's what he wanted,
what happens
right?
if she doesn't have that money, Linda?
Well, you know, we have that in many civil cases where the person that gets the verdict, they don't have.
Did you see that she repeatedly said that she paid $7 million to charity?
It could be a claim
over
that
and over and
follows her
over,
around for the rest
and
of
then
her
actually
life.
she didn't pay $1.
That it gets docketed, it gets logged. She could discharge it.
Donated.
Assuming
Yes,
it's against
I
her.
pledged.
We're making a lot of assumptions. Maybe it's against him and it's $1. Who knows? But the likelihood is that with a $1 verdict, the jury may just want to be sending a
pledge
message
is not the same as donating.
for whoever wins. And again, we're assuming it's Johnny Depp, but it also could be Amber Heard because she was seeking damages.
Yo,
Maybe
thanks
they
for the
found
sub,
for her,
Raving
but
MILF.
not giving them damages. We just don't know.
Yeah, we just don't know. I mean, this should be relatively quick, I would think, right?
Yeah, I know, Adria.
If they've already decided on this and it was just an oversight that they didn't put any...
It's crazy that she can say without batting an eyelid. Like, she's both a bad liar and a good liar. Bad liar because, like, it becomes more and more obvious as you see her general behavioral pattern and her talking pattern. But she's a good liar because she's so fast and confident. And people like this, they start to actually believe in their own truth when they repeat it over and over. And that's what's so scary about them. And if you allow people like this in your life, you will eventually start to a little bit believe their truth as well, because they say it over and over and over and over and over. It's like a dictator, like a tyrant. If you live with people like this, you will start to believe it eventually. The best way to lie is to believe it yourself, and repetition is key there. I can't believe some of the things she tried to claim.
His team having told us that because of prior commitments in the UK, which we know to be shows, he's playing music with Jeff Beck. He will be watching the verdict
You're
from
describing
the UK. So who knows?
gaslighting.
Maybe
Yeah,
he's
I know.
watching our coverage.
I
If
have
so,
been
Johnny,
gaslit
call us.
before.
We want to do an interview with you as soon as this is all over. Linda,
But
any
now I
final
can recognize
predictions
it,
here
so
as
it's a
we
really
wait
valuable
for
lesson.
word?
Well, it's very interesting with this possible $1 worth of damages. Now, but I have a question here, Stacey. I wonder if the teams
Bandari
know
Brewmaster.
who the verdict was for, because remember the judge brought them to the bench. They were
After
looking through
today
the
it's finally
verdict form.
over?
She
Oh,
obviously
they
had
can
to
still
tell them
countersue or
that
go in
there was
appeal,
a verdict
perhaps?
in favor of someone, but has to send them back for damages. We can't see the courtroom,
I
so we
pledge
can't
you
see
$1
the
billion,
body language or
Grubby. Thanks.
what's happening.
Anyone pledging 100 gift subs?
I wonder whether they know who's
Yo,
won
thanks
and
for the
who
sub,
has
Lord.
lost, Stacey.
And if they did perhaps see that, I mean, would that be an issue? Would there be any sort of violation of rules or any ethics issues if they saw it before it was read out publicly in court?
Absolutely. Quite frankly, they have a right to see it. And to
I don't
tell
know.
their
Is that
clients.
Black Dahlia? I do not need a
So
microphone.
there's no violation. They have to know when the jury has filled out the forms, and they have to know is there a problem, because the judge has to tell them what she is going to do so they can either lie.
I like the part where Amber was like, I wouldn't even know how to leak anything. You're saying I leaked this thing the day before I did what and what? I wouldn't even know how to leak. How do you, what is a file? What is a computer? How do you upload a file to the computer? I don't know. Media? How do you get in contact with them? I don't know. And then later they're like, that's why you leaked it, didn't you? And she's like, if I would have leaked it, I would have certainly done it a whole lot better. I would have leaked it so good, no one could have done it better. Oh, I thought you didn't know how to leak things. I don't. What? Like, where's the logic in that? Choose a side and stick to it. That's how she slithers in it. That's so strange.
It was just, I think, gosh,
I haven't
I'm
done
losing
this
track
thing
already,
you've
but
done
around
because I
1:30
can't.
when we got
I haven't
word
done this
that
thing
Verge was
you
gonna be
say
ready at
because
3
I
o'clock.
can't
At
do
that
it. But if I
point,
could
was
do it, I would do it a
media
whole lot
hanging
better.
out
I can't
outside,
do
trying
it
to keep
better.
cool. As soon as we
But I
found out
don't
the
know how to
verdict
do
was
it.
coming, well, quickly, all the media assembled in their spots, and we started to see more and more cars pull up, more and more
Why
cars
are you
pull
so
up into the
interested in
parking
this
lot,
trial?
more fans.
I don't know. It kind of snuck up on me. It wasn't really on the radar. And, you know, first of all, I'm interested in it because it is world, you know, it's big world news. It's occupying a lot of people's attention. So I'm curious, what are people interested in it about it? And I think a small part of it, or a decent sized part of it, is that, you know, what if she lied about allegations of sexual misconduct against her by him and domestic violence, physical abuse, and so on. If she lies about that, it is highlighting this really the boy cried wolf problem, where many false accusations leads to silence on the matter. Like, it affects real victims of domestic violence because they won't be believed anymore, because it'll be too easy of a vengeance by a person. You know, I'll claim you DV'd me, I'll claim you domestic violenced me if you do something I don't like. And because you must always believe immediately victims of that say they are a victim, therefore you're already dead in the public eye. You're cancelled because there is a chance that it could be true, so everyone just cancels you. That is very damaging. Now, I think it's very important that, like, I think 99% of the time, or maybe 95% of the time, at least right now, when people say they got abused, it's probably true, but you can't white card it. You can't white label it and say it's always true. That's the problem, because then it becomes a weapon that can be wielded against innocent people. For me, it's not about men versus women, and I'm not a man supporter and want women to get what is coming to them. Like, the gender here doesn't matter for me. It's just, if someone is lying about being attacked and it's actually the other way around, I think that's a problem that needs to be addressed. And the fact that it's in the public eye has been interesting and has been helpful to stop the potential trend of false accusations. That's part of why I think it is helpful, this trial. It can stop that damaging trend a bit, slow it down. And the second reason is because I think it's very helpful that the world sees what a lying, narcissistic gaslighter looks like. Because many of us have dealt with people like that in our lives, either knowing what they are or not knowing what they are. And by seeing this carefully detailed with everyone talking about it, it raises awareness of such people. So you can learn to stay away from them.
Room in the audience, is it a mix of media and regular people, onlookers? Is it completely packed?
You know,
I think this trial is way overblown. Yeah, they're famous people.
Like,
of course, they have more. Of course, they have more. Let's say attention than random Joe and random Jane. Everything famous people does is overblown by its very nature. We are overly interested in them compared to a random Joe and Jane that's living down the street. If your neighbor that you barely ever speak to was in this court case, you wouldn't go visit and sit in that court 6 weeks in a row because you're interested. But it serves as an example for what could happen to other people. I agree with that thought, but the verdict should be based on the facts, not how the verdict will be received. Absolutely, yeah, of course. Of course it should be based on the facts, definitely.
Everything you need to know.
I'm not going to be upset
forget,
either way, however the verdict is going to come out of this case.
The the sandals for the Brooks, sneakers. So.
Yeah, I think believe all women is an exaggeration, and I think listen to all victims, all purported victims of violence. That's the healthy mindset. Listen to all, men and women, when they say they've been abused, investigate it, and get to the bottom of it. I believe it is a civil case, yeah. It's not I think it's not a criminal case, which is why it is just about a money exchange, right? And not
the barricades. This is like in front of the courthouse doors, and it's those things where you can kind of unhook the thing, the little ribbon thing, and you can unhook it. And they have those, and there are fans on both sides. So there are Depp
Are you waiting for
supporters
verdict this
and
evening,
peers
Greece?
on both
Yes.
sides.
And we're showing our viewers that picture.
I'm going to lower it a bit
right now,
because I don't think what they're talking about
and
is
by the
too
way, I
important
just
yet.
wanna
Like, it's
say
not the
to
case
everyone
yet.
who's tuned in right now, we've got 2.7 million people watching us on YouTube. Thank you.
Maybe it will turn criminal if they pursue perjury, yeah. But you know, people like Amber Heard, they really hate to be humiliated, and she did. So she'll probably not want to continue after this, whatever happens. And as for Depp, I also think he wants to move on from it.
It's almost like a red carpet. These lawyers have really attained celebrity status over the last 6+
Perjury, yeah, perjury is criminal.
Has fans from all over. That's true.
But I think a lot of people probably lied or twisted the truth a bit. And I think you have to prove that the lying, like the perjury, is very malicious and intentional, and not just by, let's say, a mistake.
Plenty of moments in this trial that were comical, despite the very.
That's why I consider it not that relevant. Two famous people with shitty behavior and too much money.
Moments, and they have become stars
not
in their own
relevant.
right. They've become almost legal superstars. So they've become.
Well, if you were him or
There have
her,
been times,
it would be relevant to you, Fritz Laan?
when they've left court, where I actually felt.
Or
a
if it was
little bit
someone,
concerned,
let's say, you knew personally.
because I felt like even.
It's like an example case. Is this the news equivalent of casters killing time during a past game? Well, not really, because mostly during a game, if we have casters killing time, we talk shit about unrelated topics. But here they keep covering it. This is the equivalent if we keep talking about, is it a good map? What map are we going to play? Well, Turtle Rock. Okay, Turtle Rock is a map with 12 gold mines, and as you know, it was created in 2004, and this is the win rate, and you just keep repeating that over and over and over and over. Usually when we get to that point in the esports broadcast, I just want to talk about movies and school and whatever, like other stuff. Because you can only beat around the bush for so long about serious topics until I think it leads to just listening weariness for the viewer. Whose side is Lamau on? They seem to have great morals. Yeah, I should try to get Lamau to join us for this one and hear what he thinks about everyone involved in the case. I want to know who he thinks is an effing R-tard and so on. And yeah. How long till we find out? I thought it was. I mean, you know, it's the first time I actually sit down and follow it because this is probably the final day. I don't know exactly when it's going to start. So currently, it looks like we're down one judge, minus one judge kick. Yeah, Depp is in the UK, so it's only his lawyers here for him. I find that an interesting decision as well to not be there. It probably shouldn't matter for the verdict. Like, in theory, the jury shouldn't even know that he left the country, right? Aren't they supposed to be completely hermetically sealed away from the world? Oh, not this garbage. I can't take Hollywood and their degeneracy. Well, I don't really care that much about the two people involved. Croc Dog, like, I'm not a hard supporter for anyone here. I'm not rioting at all. I find it interesting because of, let's say, the precedent it sets for future cases like this. Does that happen, James Lewin? They have no time limit to release the verdict. It could go on for quite a while longer. I thought today was verdict day. Verdict reached. I know that they had no time limit, which means it could take days or weeks, right? But isn't today the decision they decided to roll it out? What are the charges exactly? There are no charges. They both allege against each other. First, there was a libel case that Amber Heard won against Johnny Depp in 2017 or so, or 16. Then he sues her for defamation because she said, I am a survivor, paraphrase, I'm a survivor of sexual assault and our current culture punished me for it or something like that. Our culture punishes women of sexual survivor for speaking out, something like that. And she wrote an op-ed opinion editorial in Washington Post where she said she has been sexually abused and physically abused. And he said he sued her because he says it's not true. And then she countersued him. So they both claim that they missed out on work.
Verdict of the jury?
Because
Right.
of
Is it
each other's
unanimous?
words. That's what it's
Thank
about.
you, sir. Jamie?
You're in it to see how stupid celebrity culture is? Well, no, I don't think I'm in it for any one thing in particular.
In civil case number CL 2019-2911,
I think there's a lot of interesting aspects.
Mr. Depp's claim against Ms. Heard. 1. As to the statement appearing in the online op-ed entitled, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition, quote, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation?
It's coming.
Answer, yes. Has Mr. Depp proven
Yes.
by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes.
Wow.
Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp.
There's
Answer,
multiple questions.
Yes. Question, the statement was false. Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes.
Okay. They're
Question,
saying he lost work.
The defamatory implication was designed and intended by
Malicious.
Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement,
It's GG.
it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven, by clear and convincing evidence, that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Wow, GG. It's a landslide victory for Depp. For Arthas. Savannah's
2.
lost.
As to the statement appearing in the op-ed entitled A Transformative Moment for Women in the Washington Post print edition and the online
You
op-ed,
can't just-
Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. In the Washington Post online edition. Quote, then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force
It's
of our
best of
culture's
one.
wrath for women who speak out, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Wow.
Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence that, question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Mr. Depp? Answer, yes.
Wow.
Question, the statement was false? Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp?
Gonna cry with no
Answer,
tears
yes.
again.
Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard? Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of the statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp? Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Wow.
3. As to the statement appearing in the op-ed entitled "A Transformative Moment for Women" in the Washington Post print edition, and the online op-ed, Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change, in the Washington Post online edition. Quote, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse, end quote. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
Wow.
Has Mr. Depp proven by a greater weight of the evidence? That question, the statement was made or published by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question,
This
the
is good for men
statement was
everywhere.
about Mr. Depp.
It's not about men.
Answer, yes. Question,
It's good
the
for
statement was
anti-lying.
false. Answer, yes. Question, the statement has a defamatory implication about Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Question, the defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms.
It's about
Heard.
false accusations.
Answer, yes. Question, due to circumstances surrounding the publication of this statement, it conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
Actual malice.
As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million.
Wow.
As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $5 million.
Wow.
In civil case number CL 2019
Does she have that?
2911, Ms. Heard's claim against Mr. Depp. 1. As to this statement, appearing in the April 8, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media use fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield, depending on their needs. They have selected some of her sexual violence hoax facts as the sword, inflicting them on the public and Mr. Depp. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no. 2.
Wait, what was a no?
Statement appearing in the April 27th, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, quite simply, this was an ambush, a hoax. They set Mr. Depp up by calling the cops, but the first attempt did not do the trick.
Versus Depp.
The officers came to the penthouses, thoroughly searched and interviewed, and left after seeing no damage to face or property. So Amber and her friends spilled a little wine and roughed the place up, got their story straight under the direction of a lawyer and publicist, and then placed a second call to 911, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Has Ms. Heard proven by a greater weight of the evidence that question, Mr. Waldman, while acting as an agent for Mr. Depp, made or published the statement? Answer, yes. Question, the statement was about Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was seen by someone other than Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Question, the statement was false. Answer, yes. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven by clear and convincing evidence that the statement by Mr. Waldman was made with actual malice? Answer, yes.
So it's best of two, and it's 1-1.
3. As to this statement, appearing in the April 27th, 2020 online edition of the Daily Mail, quote, we've reached the beginning of the end of Ms. Heard's abuse hoax against Johnny Depp, end quote. Do you find that Ms. Heard has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, no.
Oh. 1
As against
point
John
Depp,
C. Depp
half
II,
point
we, the
Heard.
jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million. As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award punitive damages in the amount of $0.
That's still $13 million.
Does either side wish to have the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Jamie?
Members of the jury, if this is your verdict,
that's a bad
please
draw.
answer yes. If this is not your verdict, please answer no.
What's
Juror
15
number
minus 2
6.
million?
Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 15.
Yes.
Juror number 16.
Yes.
Juror number 22. Yes. Juror number 27. Yes. Juror number 29.
If I lived in the
I
US,
do find that the jury's verdict is unanimous. Ladies and gentlemen, this
I might be called
concludes
as a
your
jury,
service
right?
in this case. I want to thank you again for your dedication and your hard work during this trial. And I know I speak for everybody here when I tell you that we appreciate your sacrifices and your time and
wouldn't be
your
able to
public
stream.
service in this matter, okay? So I'm going to have you go back to the jury deliberation room for one more time, and then we'll release you from there, okay? All right, thank you.
wait, why are they gonna deliberate? She was really, really diligent and professional.
All right. Okay. In accordance with law, I will amend the punitive damages
Camille Vasquez.
Award to the
She was
statutory
insane.
cap of
The judge was good, too.
$350,000 on Mr. Depp's award. Okay. I will set this down for entry of an order.
Putting him in
And
the
can we do
safe
it on
room.
June 24th at 10 a.m. if that's available? All right.
Yes,
Mr. Chu, if you could prepare that order and then circulate it to Ms. Bretterhoff, and we can have all the objections noted on it. All right.
We'll do that, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, and if I get it before that date, I'll take it off the docket, okay?
Only if
All
you're
right,
a
again,
citizen,
thank
not
you
a
to all the
convict.
attorneys,
So I would
for
just
your
have to break a
professionalism,
law.
And you're welcome to come to my courtroom anytime. Well, give me a few weeks, but then you can come anytime, okay? All right.
I think Amber has to pay him 13 million now, right?
All right.
That's the conclusion. So Depp won his defamation case against her, and she proved that Depp lied about some parts of speaking about her, but defamation was not proven. And it's probably because it had been proven by Warner Brothers CEO that she didn't lose the size of her role in Aquaman 2 because of what happened in this case and what he said. But it was proven, most likely, that he lost number 6 of the Pirates of the Caribbean because of her allegations against him via the op-ed in the Washington Post. So it's basically a best of 2. It's one, like, he gets a point and she gets like 0.2 points. And she was awarded 2 million in damages for his lies, and he was awarded 15 million in damages for her defamation. What's this thing about Amber Turd? I know that there was a turd in their bed, but she claimed it was the dog, right? Is it the dog or was it human feces? Did she poop in the bed? Did she shit the bed unmetaphorically? It's Logan. It probably wasn't the dog. She shat on the bed. So she shat on the bed metaphorically and literally. That's why they call her Amber Turd. I mean, shit happens, man. Like, if you're in a loving, healthy relationship and one of you shit the bed, literally, you clean it up for each other and you move on with your lives. Unless it was a malicious shit. But if it was like just incontinence or something, and you're married and you love each other and you want to stay together, you take care of each other. But I think this might have been a stinky turd. I think that's the problem. A malicious turd. Those are the worst. A malicious shit. Yeah, so that's it. That's it, I think. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be follow-ups or if I'll be following it, but that was that didn't take too
outside
long.
of the courtroom where you can see these fans, as
Not
I
too
said, every
interested
time a judgment was read in favor of
in the rest of it, really. So that was interesting. GG, well played. Go next. So I'm gonna pay out the prediction. Sylvanas versus Arthur's prediction verdict. 93% of you said Arthur's wins, and this is true. 93%. Congrats on the channel points.